I know what you want. Queen's hilarious response after being ambushed by beloved pet dog. Queen Elizabeth II was ambushed by one of her beloved dogs while reflecting on her upcoming Platinum Jubilee, and the monarch responded with a funny quip to the interruption. This year Queen Elizabeth II marks her Platinum Jubilee, a momentous occasion that celebrates her 70 years as head of state. The monarch will be the first in British history to reach the milestone, and as such, a series of celebrations in her honour have been planned throughout the year. 2 weeks ago, the Queen sat in the Oak Room at Windsor to reflect on her previous jubilees, ahead of the anniversary of her accession to the throne. The monarch looked at cards from those sharing well wishes for her, in addition to entries for the Platinum Pudding competition, when she was interrupted by one inquisitive member of her household. Her Majesty's beloved Pooch Candy, a doggy, a cross between a corgi and a dachshund, waddled into the room where the display of memorabilia from the Golden and Platinum Jubilees were laid out. The small pup made a lap of the room and even carried out an inspection of a small group of media representatives capturing the viewing. The pet dog then trotted over to the Queen while she perused the items in front of her. The monarch regularly uses her wit and charm to put people at ease when in her presence, and the 95-year-old sovereign showed once again her keen sense of humour as she responded to the pup who had so blatantly interrupted her. The Queen said, "And where did you come from?" before adding, "I know what you want," likely to be referring to a treat. She then called Candy, who is now quite elderly, over and gave her a stroke. The doggy pup is just one of Her Majesty's 3 dogs, as she also owns a young corgi called Mick, and another corgi puppy which replaced Fergus, a doggy puppy, who died unexpectedly in May last year. Despite being interrupted by her beloved pet, the Queen still managed to look through a selection of cards that marked her previous Jubilee celebrations. One card that particularly caught the Queen's eye dates from her Golden Jubilee, which marked 50 years on the throne in 2002. The design cleverly utilized 8 bottle tops including milk, Coca-Cola and Schweppes bottles, along with a handwritten "Mom, you're the tops." Commenting on the design, the monarch said, "That's good, simple but ingenious," to Dr. Stella Panayotova, librarian and assistant keeper of the Royal Archives, who joined her at the time of the viewing. Another item dating from her Golden Jubilee also caught the Queen's attention and led to her laughing out loud, and remarking, "That's quite fun, isn't it?" The piece in question was a letter from a 9-year-old boy called Chris, titled "A Recipe for a Perfect Queen," which detailed 500 milliliters of royal blood, a dab of jewels and posh gowns, and a dash of loyalty as its ingredients. She also perused the design of cards made for her Platinum Jubilee, including a design that featured a photo of her as a young woman surrounded by flowers with the words 70 glorious years. In addition, Her Majesty looked at recipes and pictures of entries to the Platinum Pudding competition, showing the hard work of those who are hoping to win the contest, launched with Fortnum and Mason to create a memorable dessert fit for royalty. The monarch browsed through the images of the entries and later said, "Looks like they're all going to end with crowns on them." This instance doesn't mark the first time Candy has interrupted the monarch while she's carrying out official duties. In November, when the Queen held a face-to-face audience with the outgoing Armed Forces Chief General Sir Nick Carter, Candy walked forward to greet the senior figure. The general addressed the inquisitive pet with "Hello you," which made the dog jump back nervously. During her reign, the monarch has owned more than 30 corgis, and the breed is one that has become synonymous with her. Since the snap of her Candy was taken, Her Majesty has travelled to her Sandringham estate, where she traditionally spends the anniversary of her accession to the throne, February 6th. The date is particularly poignant as it also marks when her father King George VI died in 1952.